Assalamualaikum everyone. Thank you so much for joining us back at IIUM Brilliance. This is our 8th episode and you've been following us throughout the whole journey since the beginning of the semester, and we are coming to such a beautiful ending. So for that we are going to have a very special episode. But before that, we have to remind myself and all of us that our goal with this show is basically to explore the mindsets, insights, and ingredients of success of IIUM's very own high achiever in the field of academic, intellectual, and education fields. But most importantly, we try to invite over people who have significantly contributed to the development of our society through their works. And it won't be possible without the very human beings and souls who make this possible. That is why it's very important that we appreciate everyone who have poured in their blood, soul, and sweat to this project. We would like to thank some specific people on behalf of IIUM Brilliance team, as well as the Students Representative Council, me myself from the Academic and Intellectual Secretariat. We would like to thank especially IIUM TV. I remember I was sitting at the dim lit HS Square with Sarah Kistina, and that time it was in December, I think. Like everyone was having a holiday and all, and then I talked this concept with her. It was like nobody at the HS Square, but she listened so patiently, and throughout the period of a few weeks, she talked about it with Dr. Harmi from OCCM, and what we are seeing today, it's because of their grace and mercy and cooperation to allow us to create this new show called IIUM Brilliance. And we've already have our 7 episodes, but since the very beginning, all of us, we've been only seeing the host, which is me. Like, alhamdulillah, I'm given the opportunity, as well as our guests. But what a lot of people do not know is that behind it, there are a lot of people, like a huge number of people, and hours after hours being put in, from inviting the guests to designing all the media, as well as the control room and all the technicality. So what we're going to share with you this episode is that our experiences, basically just in our own words, what you need to know, because we are grateful that people are saying they benefit a lot from this channel, from this episode. And without further ado, I would like to share with you some of our sweetest memory, as well as biggest struggle perhaps. But before that, I would need all of our guests today to introduce yourself and share with us what is your one sweetest memory, as well as perhaps biggest struggle, just very shortly.
You want to start with you first?
Sure.
Okay, so hi, my name is Dania. I work as a timekeeper for this team, and my sweetest memory would be meeting the guests behind the scenes, because like seeing them on scene is like so inspiring, right? Like when we hear their stories, their struggles, they're like very inspirational. But then when they finish talking, and then like after we finish the shooting, and then we get to like sit together and eat the fruits and like talk with them, and then they will like share more memories about themselves, like their stories. Like the people that we invite for this show is like so inspiring, and they make us want to be a better person. That would be my sweetest memory. How about yours?
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Mariam Najwa Diad Rahman, and I am the editor for IIUM Brilliance. Basically, I'm responsible of doing the posters, the editing the super rings, and other couple more stuffs. And my sweetest memory would be getting to work with other crews for IIUM Brilliance. I think out of all the groups that I have worked with, I think this is the most effective and most responsible group I've worked with, and that really satisfies me. And other than that, meeting the incredible guests for each episode is just really an incredible experience. Yeah, my sweetest memory would be that. How about you?
Yeah, so hello. My name is Sarah, and I'm the public relations of IIUM Brilliance. So what I do is basically calling the guests, getting them here. So my sweetest memory would be the joyous moment when we have to share the fruits together. It's like we reward ourselves after working hard for one long week just to come up with this amazing episode. So there's this indescribable sweetness that I can't actually describe, yeah, when we share the fruits together. So I think that's the sweetest memory. Although I have to wash the dishes after that. It's my job. Yeah.
Thank you for watching
How
the dishes.
True, I agree with that. Like every week, it's a great experience for me because I learn a lot from the guest, and I would be immersed in the conversation,
Yeah.
especially when they go into the details of their life. Like even in that 1 hour, I feel this like, almost impossible connection with the guests when they share with us their wisdom. So, how about your biggest struggle? Perhaps can you share, just briefly?
The biggest struggle of being this team is like the fear of like messing up. Like in general, I'm like this like quirky and like I can't like sit still and stuff. But like being the timekeeper, like I have to like make sure everything is like on track. And then like when everything is not on track, I'm scared that if I mess up and then like because this is like a teamwork, right? So I'm scared that if I mess up, then I would mess up like everybody. But in the end of the day, like being part of this awesome team, like it makes sure like everything is so smooth and happy, and it comes up with a very awesome episode.
I agree. Yeah. My biggest struggle would be my biggest struggle would be when I have things not when I sometimes when when you're the editor and you're responsible for to edit things, and you will be needing more time to for you to allocate and get things done. So sometimes when things get pushed to the last minute, and then you have to make like last minute changes, and
Yeah.
then everything just gets like,
Yeah.
okay, I don't want to mess up, but I don't have much time.
I know.
So
Understood.
but sometimes not sometimes, like most of the time for each episode,
There are many changes.
yeah,
Right?
and we managed ourselves and to get things to run smoothly and get things done. So yeah, that's 5 stars for IIUM Brilliance Cruise.
How about you, Sarah?
The struggle for PR is very real. No, apart from washing dishes, no, it was joking. No, okay. I think for PR, getting the guest confirmation is not easy, and since we have to wait when they are free, and then we have to wait for the replies to get the confirmation, and we knew that the content creator and the media can actually proceed with the jobs if we don't confirm the guests. So the pressure that we feel throughout the week is very overwhelming and intense, that we can't actually stay still because we are like nervous about the guests. Yeah, so I think that's a struggle.
Yeah, I mean, there's a fine line between doing our work as
Yeah.
well as something that is out of our control. Like sometimes some
Yeah.
people just cancel, which is fine, which is part of the joy. Go on, Daniel.
Yeah, so like you said you were the PR for this project, right?
Yeah.
So, like, why do you think like your role is important aside from
Washing
washing
the
the
dishes.
dishes?
Okay, so as we all know, public relations deals with contacting the guests and getting their information, the details, the pictures, and ensuring that they actually find their way to the studio in case if they're lost or something. Ensuring that they arrive here safely and go back to their home safely as well.
True.
Yeah, so I think it's very guest confirmation is very crucial and important. So PR job is no joke. You have to take it seriously because the show can actually go on can go on well without PR. So yeah, that's the importance of PR.
Yeah. Like every job, even though we think like it's a small role, but everything plays like a major
Exactly.
importance in everything, right? How about you? What's your job and like why is it like important for this project?
Oh, basically, if I'm the editor. If I don't do editing, if I don't do my editor job, then the episode wouldn't have any materials to promote the episode,
Yeah,
because I'm
exactly.
responsible making the posters, responsible of getting things out there. So yeah, it's important because then you would have the posters to be promoted on the social media apps, and then for stills, for the organization chart, the what are the things? The super rings.
Yeah.
So you need the names to be on the episode
Yeah.
and stuff. So it's
Exactly.
pretty important. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yes.
is so important. Like, I can't really imagine like being on the media. Like,
I know.
that's not my cup of tea for sure. And like for me, I'm the timekeeper, and I think the timekeeper basically plays a major role in making sure everything is like in place. And like I have to work along with the studio director, and our studio director is like an awesome person. So the importance of being the timekeeper is like to make sure you get along with the people you are working with, and making sure that everything is on track.
Thank you so much, Sarah, Mariam, as well as Dania, for sharing your experiences. Because what people don't see is that since the very beginning, we want to have people who meet our standards as IIUM Brilliance here. So I understand the struggle. There's a Malay problem, like we understand the struggle, but we don't feel. But I believe that it's a growing experience, as well as the media. Like it's obviously the way we
It's
want to
bitter.
catch people's eye with all the pauses at the beginning, as well as the supering that you've been seeing all around here. Yeah, as well as we also have this token of appreciation, which our guests would feel like, oh my god, that's very nice.
I forgot about that.
Right? Yeah, they would feel that way. As well as timekeeping is very important to make sure that we would keep track of our time, because I would talk till the end of the day. So we'll come back with our second slot.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Arwa and I am a crew member of the TV show IIUM Brilliance, in which I play the role of the VT, or the playback. Basically someone who brings in the commercials, the montage, the credit rollings. Yep, I do that. And one thing that I would like to share about the beautiful crew members of IIUM Brilliance is the fact that how they always acknowledge each other and appreciate each other's work. And I would like to talk about myself, because me being the only international in the whole crew, they always guide me as to how I'm supposed to do my work. And whenever we have a post-mortem meetings, they always talk in English, which I really, really appreciate it, because everyone else is a Malay, and definitely everyone prefers to talk in their own language. But they always manage to talk in English just because of me, and I really, really appreciate them, and I love them all. And quickly, 3 movies that I would like to recommend everyone to watch is Avengers Endgame, Avengers Endgame, Avengers Endgame. People, go and watch it, please, okay? Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Welcome back to IIUM Brilliance, and I am excited as well as a bit melancholic that we're going to end, but we're going to end it with grace so that you guys can go on with your Ramadan. And today with me, we have our team, and we're going to ask our experiences. So without further ado, can you please introduce yourself to our fellow audience, as well as share with us one of your sweetest memory, as well as the biggest struggle being part of this team?
Okay. So,
Yes, go on.
okay. So hi everyone. My name is Aida Irina, and I'm the floor manager. So basically, what I do is I manage the people on the floor, not the floor itself, but the people on the floor.
Good one. Let me just
Yeah, because like floor manager. Right? Okay. Anyways, sweetest memories, right? So overall, in my opinion, like this whole entire experience was a very sweet memory for me. I love it, like working with you guys, the way we did our postmortem, and like it's quite easy to work with you guys also, and it's very enjoyable. But like, if you ask me memorable memories, maybe have to me embarrassing myself in front of the director.
tell me about it. I didn't notice. Perhaps, like, can you share what is that?
So basically, we're supposed to wear the formal clothing, right? So
Okay.
meaning like baju kurung or like proper clothes. And then I showed up with blue jeans and a jacket. This jacket, to be particular. Okay. Needless to say, it was like everyone like looking at me quite weird. It's like, what is this girl doing? And she's gonna embarrass everyone.
But it's memorable
yeah.
for you now.
Yeah.
How about something that you struggled throughout? Is there anything like that?
Struggling, I would say I don't have any much struggle because like working with you guys is quite easy. Like I
Unless
said,
you're enjoying it.
yeah.
Then in a good way, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
So I've joined a lot of events before and like be part of committee before. And, like, there's basically none struggle here because I love you guys.
Oh, I love you guys. How about you? Share with us.
Okay, my name is Nur Ain. I'm the cameraman. I think the sweetest memory is I always love when we set up before live and the postmortem after live. Because I think this is the only time we know each other and we can bond, we can settle the bond together. So I really love it, and I think there's not much struggle in this program because I'm just a a technical team. So it just at the beginning maybe I need to learn more how to connect with these wires, the audio and the sound. I think that's it, and then it just amazed me because I can bond with you guys. It's just a few weeks, it's just
Sure.
yeah.
I agree.
And I feel quite unexpecting of that answer when you said one of the best times setting up the camera. Because earlier today happened to come like at 8 to 5 minutes, and
Yes.
seeing how you're carrying all the sofas
Yeah.
as well as just opening that camera, it's quite a spiritual experience. Just getting ready, people don't see that part as well.
Yeah.
Go on.
Oh. Hold on.
So we have some questions that we want to ask to ourselves,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah. So, Ayn, how do you feel about IIUM Brilliance in overall?
Yeah, of course. From IIUM Brilliance, I realized that there's a lot of great people in this university, and the second one, I'm amazed with the IIM community who contribute even in this university or out of university, helping people in need. It's like the episode when we in with Professor Dr. Nazwati. Yeah, I just realized that there's a lot of IIM staff helping the refugees outside and inside this Malaysia.
Yeah.
And the third one, I always take note whenever our guests are giving advice, because I love that how they hold their principle in order to make them achieve on what they want. So like Professor Iwandi, you can see that he achieved a senior professor
Yeah.
in his 40, and he managed to balance his social life and his works.
True.
Yeah, and I think that's it.
How about
Okay.
you?
No, I'm asking you first.
Okay.
So, Dario, how do you feel about IIUM Brilliance?
That's my
overall?
first question being here after weeks. How I feel about it is that it's been an experience for me to discover parts of me that I don't know exist. For example, when we want to create the content, that was my job. Oh yeah, what I do also that I create the questions. So I realized that I have limitations, and there are things we cannot do without the help of other people. That I am never self-sufficient because we have this mentality that I can do this, but we would need help from other people. So just one simple example is that when creating the content, so I would ask the team as well as we can ask our friends, like, okay, so we have this one guest, they do this, they have like 38 pages of CV. What do you want to know? So from there, it's just only creating questions, you see, not even writing anything serious. So we get help from other people, just creating the question, as well as, for example, the last episode, we got inspiration from the Nobel Prize interview. And that's how I feel overall about IIUM Brilliance, that we learn something new about ourselves each week, and we learn about other people, because I think the whole concept of IIUM Brilliance is that all this time we need advice and we go to Google, but often the answers come from people from the West or someone from outside this country. But we need more input from our own community. That's how I feel. And I really feel that IIUM Brilliance has been reflecting that goal of ours.
True, true. I agree. So how do I feel about IIUM Brilliance? First and foremost is that I feel like when we were interviewing like all these great people, I feel like it's actually achievable, because I've always struggled kind of like, I'm kind of undermining myself always constantly, because I'm like, oh, I'm never going to be this, I'm going to be that, because like it's quite hard and like impossible.
Yeah.
You can't really see like my journey towards there, but like the way like when they talk about their struggles and all that stuff, I feel like it's actually achievable, and they're very quite humble about it.
True.
So basically like I feel very motivated after every episode, because like maybe one day people can actually like see me and be like, oh, she's a great person, maybe we can interview, something like that.
Yes, inshallah. Exactly. Every time after every episode, I would feel that's quite deep, and I would think about it the whole weekend.
Yeah.
And what have I been doing with my life and all that.
Exactly.
Yes. So can you tell with us, for example, in the future, how would you see someone replacing your job? Like, what advice would you give to them? Or not? Maybe it could be like, no, even me, I don't know who will be hosting next. Yeah. So maybe you can give a word or two.
Just be calm, because like floor manager is like the head inside the room. So basically, if floor manager panics, everyone's gonna panic, especially the host. So
True story.
sorry.
Yeah, true. You've been very calm, telling me to slow down. That's very important. And how about you?
I think to be a cameraman is quite hard, because it's not usual camera. You need to learn, and even how to arrange the wires after the live, it's hard. Just take your time, and I think if the half of episode you can do that. Yeah, it's easy. Enjoy your job.
Yeah. Remember like the time we got scolded for not like curling, like how do rolling the wire correctly. So
Rolling which camera?
It's roll the wire.
wires like
It's just tangle
Oh,
out.
yeah. That is one of the, true. That is one of the things. Like I've been quote unquote talking for quite some time, but when we get here, we get a lot of feedback from other people how to do our job better.
Yeah, true.
So it's a good setting and experiences, as well as the fact that we are directly connected, as well as guided by IIUM TV,
True.
the student-run organization, as well as the office. So I think that's very beautiful. And for me, being a host as well as the content creator, what I learned is that just enjoy the process. A lot of people, when they ask me, am I nervous or not, we can change that nervousness into excitement. That's number one. And have a good conversation with whoever we're talking to, right?
True, yeah, true.
Because I believe that if we enjoy what we're doing, it would reflect to the audience. So people can feel if we are comfortable up here.
True.
And then last but not least, when it comes to creating the content, it would be perhaps what are the questions that we can ask so that perhaps our sisters can benefit from. Because I have 2 little sisters.
Aww.
And sometimes we ask questions not just for ourselves, but we have to remember that it will stay on YouTube. So what are the general questions that people can get good answers from? So I'm very excited to see the future for IIUM Brilliance, inshallah. We'll stay tuned and stay with us at IIUM Brilliance.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. I'm Fatini, working as public relations in IIUM Brilliance, and the one responsible to find and invite guests to the show. And I guess you could have guessed what my struggles are every week, but I would say the nature of this program, which aims to dive into intellectual minds, make it easier for me, because usually these people are happy to come to our show to share their experiences. And after the hassle of inviting guests every week, the team got to engage into fruitful and meaningful conversation with the guests. And at that particular time, I wish the time would never have to end. And I hope you guys can also catch up with the previous episodes to hear their wise sharings. That's all. Thank you.
And
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, like we're just like at home when we're here,
Yeah.
and you get used to our laughter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't believe I'm
it's an
here.
inside joke. It's an inside joke.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
get used to it. So this is basically the familiar for the third slot. Please, without further ado, introduce
Yeah.
yourself as well as share with us one of your sweetest memory and perhaps a big struggle being in this project. Yeah, introduce yourself.
Okay. Hi, I'm Dina Farhana, and I'm the switcher for this show. Okay. I think it.
Your sweetest memory is?
Okay, my sweetest memory is that actually after the show, actually my sweetest memory is that I get a chance actually to eat all of the fruits.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's my sweetest memory actually.
It's fresh. I cannot deny that. And
Yeah.
perhaps
Yeah.
what is something that you struggle with being a switcher throughout this semester?
Actually, I have like, I'm not an OCD person, but when it comes to life, I'm super professional. Like, I mean, like I'm so, I can see like minor things like that. So like, if I didn't press the right camera for that time, I will scream and yada yada. You know, like
true.
I can't be that calm. That's me. I can't be calm.
But that's like very important for
Yeah.
this show. That's why you see all the perfection,
Oh.
right? Inshallah. Inshallah.
Right.
Farah,
Okay.
your turn.
So my name is Farizati, and I'm actually the studio director for this IIUM Brilliance. So my sweetest memory is actually that after every show, there's this part where we appreciate each other. We say thank you. We are grateful for them to, even if there's something wrong that day,
Yeah.
there's always like thank you
Mm.
said. You know, that's what I like about this show. And the biggest struggle is that the chaotic moments inside the control room. So when Dina screams, my ear feel like they were like going to blow. So that's my biggest struggle, I think.
Yes, introduce yourself.
My
please.
turn. My name is Amia Huda, and people call me here as Hood. Yes. I'm as a cameraman 3. There's a 3 camera, and cameraman 3 focusing the guests. Yeah. The sweetest memory is that I get
Yeah.
yeah,
It's okay.
I get to know each other because everyone here is just a friendly person, like is very cheerful person. Yeah. And the
Your biggest struggle,
the struggle is when cameraman 3 is need to focus for the guests, right? It's kind of important, yeah. Because when I thought for the first time when I thought camera should be moved here to there, but
Oh, you mean the
just
camera is
change.
moving?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
so then we just need to stand there. That's why it's okay lah.
Yes. Your question.
Okay. What do you want people to know? How actually, the people behind the scene.
Oh, how they act behind the scene,
Yeah.
is it? Oh, okay. So actually, I hope that we have like some behind the scenes shoot up because we can see that the noises, the professionalism, and
Perfectionism.
yeah,
Yes.
perfectionism. Yes, because if you know Dina, she's the most perfectionist person. You know, so like when even it's small mistake, and yeah, so like behind the scene, I think that's all that's what audience need to know about us. Yeah,
Actually.
the true us,
The
true
truth.
character of us. Yeah.
Okay, how about you?
I think that professional when we talking with each other, it look like something serious, like it's not very fun, but behind the scene is very like everyone is having fun, everyone is excited to make the show is moving smoothly like that.
True.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah. How about Dina?
I don't know. I want people to see how hard is this to make the videos, to make the posters, because it's not that easy. Because people, if people see the flaw in this in the posters or in the video, people will know professionalism how perfectionism that we are, you know. But you know.
Yeah, exactly. Every week we have new guests, and in the group we would like comment with one another. Can we enlarge the font? Can we enlarge the picture of the people and all that? And for me, when you talk about behind the scenes, what people don't know, what I didn't know before I became the host, that we have this earpiece. Can I spill that?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Let's
With all
spill it.
due respect.
Yes.
Let's
So
spill it.
basically, this is how my attention works. When people is talking, if you notice, even in the class, I would look at that person speaking. That's how it means that I'm paying attention to you and I'm listening to every word you say. And because also my dad likes to warn us, like, when I'm speaking, look at me. So that's one thing. But when someone is also speaking at you at the same time, giving
Okay.
instruction, which is very important, because else we would go over time. But for me to teach myself that take the instruction as, okay, a few seconds to commercial break, as well as pay attention to what the guest is saying. Because anyone we are talking to, they deserve our respect and attention.
Yes.
And I have to re-summarize. The fact that if we can summarize what they are saying, it means that we do give attention to them. But that's why I really appreciate when the SD, like, very patient with me, because sometimes I would go over time a few seconds or before, which is very important also, that a few times the team reminded me to just take it slow. As well as the camera, when we are sitting here, I remember the one time I just breached the rule of, I didn't remember if it's going to wrap or we're going to have another commercial break.
Oh.
So in front of the camera, that's why the switching of the camera just from the host to the guest, to pay attention to that, as well as I just learned about the switches role inside just now.
Yeah.
So I asked Farah how to do it, and then she explained me once, and I don't understand a thing. So
I have to explain like 4 times.
four
times.
times.
Four
She's been
times.
using like English, but I don't understand, like, what do you mean preview and
What's
all
the
that.
thing before the thing? What's the thing after the thing? I was like,
It's like what
explaining.
after A, and then what's the B, and then what's
What
the
is
after
A
C?
even?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
Arwa
it's
said,
normal.
"Ida, you can try doing switcher if you can do SD. Like, what have you been doing?"
Yeah.
And all this time you've been saying how you've been reacting if something doesn't go smoothly.
Yeah.
And I've been saying, should I gamble tonight? I don't think so. I should just sit here. So it's always a teamwork. Like, I've been sitting here and I only see how it goes and how it feels right here. But even at the technical part, it's a different experience. Inside the studio, it's a different experience. Like our team PR calling and trying to reach certain professors and all that, it's an experience in itself. So I'm just so touched and happy that this is the first time IMTV opens the recruitment to all IM students.
Yeah,
So at least for me, I'm very new here in the communication world, but most of us, I know you're already here for quite some time, but for a lot of us, right?
2 years.
2 years, you're a communication student as well. So a lot of us, we learn from scratch. But that's why we have a wonderful team from the main board of IMTV who teach us very patiently, and they have smiles on their face all the time, every week, if you realize that. And they also always tell me, I remember like people like Bern, like Christina and all, they would tell us, oh, you guys did great. In postmortem, we were very hard on ourselves, I think, sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
Most of
it's
the
our
time,
fault.
actually.
Most of the
Yeah,
time.
especially Dina, I think, because like she's always saying that, oh, this is my part, this is my fault. You know, when it's actually, it can be mine because I'm the one that's supposed to tell her to do something, but she always take the blame for me.
No, it is because that I am the most experienced one in this show. So I think that it was my fault actually, because I should know better, you know?
You know what it means? So I read something when people admit our mistakes and not putting the blame on other people, it means we are all adults. Only so that's why it's a joy. I mean, adults, because a lot of people, they're not adults, but they are just grown-up kids.
Yeah.
Is that
Adult
like
children.
Alzheimer? Adult children.
Adult
Yes,
children.
big-sized children. So they're very blessed to have this team. And thank you so much, Dina, Farah, and as well as Huda, to share with us your experiences. So stay tuned with us at IIUM Brilliance.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Salehuddin. I am the producer for the IIUM Brilliance. Okay, the worst memory that I ever had is that I'm the one I've been scolded by my own switcher because I interrupted with the weekly's job, so the effect on the life. So that was the most unbrilliant action I have taken. So sorry, Dan. I'm so sorry, Dina. And the happiest memory I have had is that I don't have specific memory, specific happy memory. But the happiest thing happened to me is that I get to know my crew, knowing them, working with them, and learning from them. So guys, I love you so much. For others, my friends, stay tuned. I am Brilliance, where we explore secrets to unlock potential.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Fatima Sakina as the assistant producer of IIUM Brilliance. First of all, I would like to thank all of my crew members for making this show happen. And what I would like to share here today is like what I like the most about the show. First, of course, the crew members themselves. And the second thing, from this show, I can improve myself from one episode to another. And I think that's it I would like to share. And don't forget to stay tuned and to subscribe IIUM TV.
Welcome back to IIUM Brilliance, where we explore secrets to unlock potentials. And it could only be made possible with our group of very passionate people. We do it as a team. So in this episode, we're going to share our experiences and feels and aspirations for the next season, perhaps. So without further ado, please join me with the team. Can you introduce yourself as well as share with us your sweetest memory and perhaps one big struggle throughout this project?
All right. Okay. So hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Atira. So I'm in IIUM Brilliance. I'm working as the the one that is responsible for the multimedia. The one should make the viral message, the one who should post on the Instagram, Facebook, and etc. So basically, back to the question, what is something
Your sweet memory.
sweet memory? Alright, okay. I think the sweetest memory is like I get to know new people because like seriously, besides IMTV, I haven't joined any other society yet. So like this is my
kind of very first time in CFS. Before this in CFS, but now only in here, I can know like new people from new background. Like behind the camera, there's a lot of the crew other than us, four of us in front. So yeah, what about you, Hafiza?
Okay. Hi, my name is Hafiza, and for the IIUM team production, I'm as a assistant production too. But in the working paper, as we are collaboration with SRC, I'm the secretary actually. So as assistant producer too, actually we have two assistant producer, which is the another one is Fatima, and I'm the second one. So Fatima will be responsible in everything that we're going through in the control room, and I will be responsible for whatever going in this room. So back to the questions. Okay, what was my the sweetest memory? Actually, I don't have any sweetest memory because every single little thing that happened in IIUM Brilliant is so sweet to memorize it. But okay, but the most struggle I can say actually this night, because I will be so struggle to laugh without Soleh and also Fatima actually. So and right now there's a lot of changes that happened last minute. So actually I have dinner at Wadi Budi, so I just run to here. So and have to manage everything. So like this is first time I just be in the control room and I learn how to be audio and also keep timekeeper simultaneously. So it's very struggle.
Yeah.
So what about you?
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Izzatun Najiha and I am as the cameraman too. But I had several times control for the camera tree, and basically the sweetest memory that I had as being the crew is I think for our very first episode, I still remember everyone's faces very serious. You remember?
True. Yes, exactly.
Everyone is very nervous, right?
Yeah.
So
and it was very intense though.
We were not sure we were going through
but
it.
what made it sweet is because towards the end of the episode, actually we all of us were enjoying throughout the live session, right?
Yeah, true.
So I think that is the sweetest memory for me lah.
Yeah. Like I remember the very first episode is Brother Yusra, isn't
Brother
it?
Yusra.
Yeah, and because like we don't actually know each other well at that time, so
we
it's
don't
hard to
remember
get to
each
know.
other names.
Yes, exactly. So based on your answer, the next question, what is something that is you think that is new that you learn throughout this project, basically?
Oh, of course, controlling the camera, because this and even I am like a walking crew.
Yeah.
Last minute for being the part of the crew.
Yeah.
So I think it's a new thing to control the camera, and it is an interesting experience lah for me.
Yeah. What about you, Hafiza?
I learned actually the most lesson that I learned actually how to manage the last time in exchanges.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because everything is usually we go live at 9 p.m. But the changes will be happen less than 1 hour.
True.
So before that, so we have to think back. So who want to be the PR? Who want to be the switcher? Who want to be audio? Something like that. If Soleh or Fatima has other matter, so we have to think together the last minute. So sometimes we invite other crew from other production also to pick up our job, something like that. So I think to manage the last time minute changes.
Yeah, because basically I think it is not easy though to do this. It's not easy to prepare for the live session, the live episode. It's not like recording. It's not easy. Yeah, everything has to be perfect, has to be in sequence, and so like what about you, Idayu? What about you? Like I already forgot. Really, because I enjoy before this, I would be only focusing on the guest, like one or at most two people. But this is the time I could really see our crew one by one in the eyes. Like when was the last time I like properly look at it like that? Yes. And even Hafiza and Atira. I know we've been onioning a lot. But
that is our secret though.
So but this is the time like I'm just thinking about how nice this is. That's why. Okay, what's the question again?
Okay, so what is something new that you learned in this project, basically?
Something new that I learned is to really focus my attention. To be in a moment. I think it's always a struggle for me every episode because, like I said before this, one is listening to the studio director as well as to really give my all to the guest because they are sharing their journey. And it's very important. A lot of times I prepare just 4 questions or 5 questions, for example, but there would be some extra timing in which I would ask impromptu questions. So I have to train myself to ask good questions, perhaps, which would benefit people. So that impromptu part is something that I learned newly, I believe, through IIUM Brilliance.
Because I know like throughout this 8 episode, Idayu struggled so much in like trying to be because like but she's really good in handling stuff, like seriously. I can't deny that her effort in managing time.
Atira, stop.
In managing time and like try to improve like after every single episode, she gonna come to us and ask like what should I improve and stuff. So like I think we should give applause.
But that's the thing when Hafiza mentioned being a producer, a lot of last minute things. And what I do, Atira, thank you so much for the kind words. But I also know when you give all of us the feedback from the poster to even how I can ask questions to the guests. And when Hafiza mentioned about the last minute changes. So what I do is that I've been just sitting here. Even when I construct the questions, I'm sitting in my room or at the library with the fast internet connection, but the team, at the technical team with all the cameras, even inside the studio, those are the things that people don't know, and even the rest of the people, when we're in this room, we could not appreciate what happens inside the studio unless, that's why we have this very special episode to share those truths.
Because I think it is important for the audience itself to know what actually happens behind the camera, because it's not just like black and white. Like you can see that people is just chilling here, sitting,
doing
like
the same
talking.
thing every week. No.
Because like behind the camera, God knows what happened though. Like seriously, how hectic it is, how we actually struggle to make sure that it's gonna be a perfect show, basically. So
that pretty much reflects the name or the brand of the show. That we want to bring our own community who have contributed, but we also must appreciate the people who have made these episodes possible, this whole show. So that's the beauty. And I hope in the future, perhaps, if we have new crew for the new seasons, like it is our responsibility to train them.
True.
And
because I think it is like people outside need to know how things work inside the studio itself. Because like one thing something new I learned from this IIUM Brilliance is how to handle with camera, how to handle with in the control room. It's not easy at all, like seriously. Even until now I see like, okay, one, now, okay, then that's it. That's all I know. Like seriously. So what about you? Do you have anything to add more?
I think for me as a cameraman, it's not that challenging. But still, I made mistakes every time. Basically for camera 2, I nothing to do with the camera, just stand there and watch it. But as I control for camera 3, like I think 3 times, for 3 episodes, is when listen to the
the audio, the mic
instruction,
the instruction from the studio
director.
Sometimes I get confused. Where's the zoom? Where's what to do? It's not that challenging, but still I made mistake. I think I need to improve.
I think like when it comes to human, everyone makes mistakes, and that is how we improve to be better. So it's fine. Don't feel bad because like we strive for the best for this. For sake of this episode.
Yes, I think we all agree that since the beginning till now, it's a learning process itself. That as we learn from our guests, their secrets, we also learn. Like I learn a lot. Design itself. True, there are things that we cannot learn unless by doing it.
True.
So from hosting to managing the floor and producing such a wonderful show and learning from one another, the fact that we give honest feedback to one another. So our biggest hope is that all of you will continue to benefit from IIUM Brilliance. It's beautiful that we are the young generation utilizing the internet. Now we have this YouTube. So in the future, we hope that you can keep on watching those videos and share with all your beloved ones if you find it beneficial. And of course, IIUM Brilliance, we expose secrets to unlock potentials. Our very goal since the very beginning is to explore into the mindsets, insights, and ingredients of success of IIUM's very own high achievers in the fields of academic, intellectual, and education. And we really hope that the generation who contribute to the society does not stop there, because we need to own our potential as IIUM community. And I can say that we are signing off.
Yeah,
for the first
signing
season.
off for the last episode.
True, for this seasons, okay? You're gonna have more. Like,
Inshallah. So we would ask everyone to please pray for us for the future, as well as pray that Allah will accept all of our efforts, because we all do it voluntarily. And I believe it's best that we end with Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.